Happy Independence Day, America. I'm a bad patriot. I didn't have any kind of American shirt. So, Bruce Springsteen. What's more American than a guy that sings rock and roll from Jersey? That's what I figure. Anyway, so obviously today is July 4th, which means I am a day late doing my regular floss tube. Yesterday just got away from me. I looked up and I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed. So it didn't happen. And today is late because I was busy finishing up sewing some bags and I'm cleaning up this area because I ordered a bookshelf that's going to go over here and I'm going to have to take everything out, and this floor needs cleaned bad. It's driving me crazy. I can only get to certain parts. It's driving me nuts. So everything's going out. I'm going to reorganize, and I think I'm going to take a video of this hot mess to show you how bad it is, and then I'll take a video afterwards and I'll splice them together and upload it whenever that gets done. But for now, this is what I got. Alright, my dog is chewing on a bone over here, which is good. He has not been feeling well. Gunnar hasn't been feeling well. He was a little lethargic and had us a little worried the other day. We got him some antibiotics. He's feeling a lot better and he's starting to eat, which is good because he wasn't eating. But he's doing better. I think he needs to gain some weight. What are you looking at? Anyway, so he's feeling better. I did have a little bit of bad news today that sort of had me shook. I lost a stitchy friend. A lot of you that watch me probably know her. Her name was Connie Murdoch. She was on Facebook. She did not do a floss tube. I don't think she was on Instagram, but she was one of the sweetest souls, and she's going to be missed by all of us along with her family, and my heart goes out to her family. She was way too young. She was only 57. There's a lot of tears this afternoon. I almost didn't do the video. I was just not into it. So I just waited a while, took a shower, and I figured let me just get this out. Alright, well I did some stitching. I did actually do some stitching along with some sewing. So we're going to get into the stitching first. I have my list as usual. This is, by the way, floss tube number 35. Not bad. And I see the numbers are climbing up. I was at 666 for a while, like a whole weekend, which was a little disturbing. I was getting messages about it. But it's alright. It's over. It's almost up to 700. So we're past the devil's mark. Although, my son calls me the devil, so I just answer. What are you going to do? You are what you are. I did some stitching, of course, because School of Magical Stitches, right? And I've also been trying to do some of the 24-hour cross-stitch challenges. I'm using them to sort of motivate me to get some stitching done. And this is, I forget how much I did on this, but, and of course, again, I didn't grab anything to put behind. I'm just going to fold it in half anyway. I'd already shown you the lettering I did, and what I've gotten done on here were some more blue and some more stars. So stars and blue got done on here. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. I should have given it a little bit more time, but I sort of ran out of time trying to do the homework. That's the only downfall. I mean, I like the homework to motivate me, but sometimes if I'm in the mood to get something done, it's going to get in the way too. So it's got its pros and cons, right? Make a misstitch. So that was One Nation. My next one I started on. Now, Audrey already finished. Gary finished, which made me think, because he almost didn't have anything done on his, and then boom, he's got this finish going on. So I gave him a hashtag of #GaryStitches70 and a 55, because I thought I was doing pretty good, and then those two just swept right by me, but that's okay. It's getting there. This is Scary One hashtag. Audrey is a scary one. And I've been going along and putting in my own colors for the stars. I've been using just random threads I've had in stock. I don't even know if you can get some of them. House of Embroidery I think is the red in here. See, can you see that? The reddy orange color, yeah. And then I think the orange color I'm using on the outside is Victoria Motto. But it's coming along. I know that these little stars are House of Embroidery also. And the green is definitely Victoria Motto. So I've sort of just mixed it up and put in what I like. I'm still not sure all the colors I'm going to use in the stars. There's a couple of different colors for each one. And I'm just going to mismatch what I've got pulled and make it work. Why not? So that's a scary one. It's coming along. And I did get to use that for homework. So that was good. That's how I got a whole bunch done on that. I also had to do some homework on something that made me laugh. Where did I put it? Oh, laugh at that. I can't find it. Here it is. Shoo. Had me nervous. Good Friends. This one is by Sue Hillis. And it says, good friends make each other laugh. Really good friends go for the snort. And I'm doing this 1/1 on I don't know what. I forget what count it is. I think it's got to be 28 count, if I'm not mistaken. And the only thing I've gotten done are some more flowers and leaves around. I only had to do 300 stitches, and believe it or not, that piddly little part is 300 stitches. It's crazy. But every little bit counts, so it's getting closer to a finish. I also, let's see, I did a good bit on animal magnetism also. I used that for a couple of things in the homework. Get these out of the way. I've got beading stuff out because I'm still making zipper pulls. So it's sort of in the way. But I did get the sewing machine out of here after I was done sewing this afternoon. Alright, so animal magnetism. I did a decent now definitely looks like a trunk. Audrey has already confirmed this. Right, Audrey? It's a trunk. So for School Magical Stitches stuff, I had to do stuff that touched. So I did some of the lion, some of the ram, and some of the elephant because they're all touching each other. I did find that at all that I was missing a color. I was mad. But I caught the sale at Joann's for 40 cents a skein, and I was able to get all the DMC I needed, which was good. So now I have that color, and I can fill in all this stuff around here. And the ram's starting to look like a ram instead of a skull. And he's really coming in real nice. So I filled all this part in. All of that. All these brown bits here. And the orangey brown in here. Not bad, not bad. It's coming along. I also used that for another one it was something you needed help with, either kitting or making a decision, and I put it as something I needed help with because my friend Gina had to find it for me after it was stolen initially, so I could start stitching it again. What's next? I also worked on Sweet Home Sampler by Mary Engelbright. I am getting a good bit done. I still have to do more. I'm using it for all the homework. The 3 homeworks for this week are 300 stitches on something boring, which I'm going to do the border. And then 300 stitches on something that you haven't stitched in 3 months or your oldest. 5 months. I haven't stitched on this in a while, but I also think that this is my oldest whip. So I've gotten 300 stitches in on that already. Actually, it was 387, and I forgot to take a picture so I could start my next 300. So I just did that, and I said, oh, well, that's 87 more towards getting done. And so far, I've done 119 on, you had to do 300 on something that has no face. The only face is obviously my needle minder because there's a house on my house, but there's no face on this whole pattern, and that's qualifies it for a whole 900 stitches that'll get done. And it's coming along. You could start seeing the flowers and the bushes and stuff like that. and here's all trees. Now what I've decided is, in this dark green that is actually a really dark green, I'm not going to put the red dots every so often. I guess they're like berries or flowers, because there's a couple trees that are dark green that have red dots, and then some that are like a lighter green up in here. It's that void here. And I started doing some of the sky. So this is getting there, and this is also part of that hashtag stitching at old school that Hoodlums times 4 had started. So that's also part of that hashtag, and it's getting there. And believe it or not, it's a full coverage. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even realize it was full coverage when I started. I was like, oh, that's pretty. And now I'm sort of over it, but it's not over me because it's not done. So that's going to get more. So I'll keep that there. I also have a finish. Yet another finish. This is my out of the shower here. I have a finish. I told you that after I did my mania stuff and I started stitching on everything, I also started picking out things. I was like, I'm going to get this done. And one of them was my Edgar Allan Poe Nevermore. And this is by the Witchy Stitcher. She's on Etsy. This is looking washed out because it actually is a darker purple. Yeah, it's like that purple. Maybe even a little deeper. According to my phone, it's looking a little washed out. I'll try to post another. I posted a picture that looks a lot closer. It's on my Instagram, QNBIKKI, and it's also on. It's on Facebook and a couple of groups, so you might have seen it. But he's done. I did opt to not put the moon on his forehead, and now I just need to find a frame for him. Well, I need to iron them and find a frame for him. Let's put that over there. These papers that I'm using, I don't know if it, maybe you're not paying attention, you're not on Facebook or whatever, I don't know. But Jen Lee, she's got Flosstube, you should probably belong to it. And she's got hashtag 24 hours of cross stitch, all one word. It's a group on Facebook. She also does it on Instagram. And basically it's just, it's a challenge, and they do actually offer stuff for the challenge winners at the end of the month. Her and her mother usually offer stuff, which is great, but I'm only doing it just to push me to get more stuff done. So I think any kind of motivation is good. So they have 3 different papers that I printed out this month. One is to spell out team 24 hour, and you try to fit it in the best you can. Then they have 2 calendars. One calendar is for you to try and stitch for 24 hours total during the month of July, or more, of course, and you can mark it in there, which I've already gotten in. I know I've gotten in at least 4 hours on Sweet Home Sampler. And then there's another one. It's a bonus challenge, and basically they list all of the national holidays. Like the first was Creative Ice Cream Flavor Day, World UFO Day, then and you have to try to fit your stuff into it, and it could be 24 minutes or 120 stitches each. So what I've done is I filled in 2 so far. So I used Sweet Home Sampler, and of course you've got to get creative with your connections. So the 9th is National No Bra Day, and since Sweet Home Sampler is a home, and when I'm home, I prefer not to wear a bra. So there you go, no bra when I'm home. So I've got the 9th finished, and the 28th I put down for 24 minutes. It's National Parents Day, which, I mean, if it's a home, then your parents live in a home, right? Oh, and mine did when they were alive. So there you go. There's different ways you could fit different things. You just have to get creative. And that challenge is to connect 12 or more holidays on your project. that's not bad. I've already got 2, and that was just in 1 day of stitching. I don't think that's bad at all. Now, last month's June challenge for 24 hours of cross stitch, I was able to fill out all but 3, which isn't bad. I just ran out of time and oomph. So, all but 3. That's okay. What other challenges are going on? There's another challenge going on. Full Coverage Fanatics. I don't know if you do HAEDs or full coverage of any sort. It's a great group that has a lot of good challenges. They've got the 90 days. They've got a couple others. I stumbled across this one. I don't think I can do the 90 days because I'm going to Galleria. Elizabeth has asked me to help her out. And because it's more of a retail setting, I can actually sell some of my stuff there. So if you're there, stop by and see me. You don't have to buy anything. I mean, if you feel free, if you like something. But stop by and see me and say hi. I would love to meet you, take pictures, Instagram them, or not if you don't want to. But that's, I would really love to see as many of you as I can. I know Pam and Steph are going to be there, so I can't wait to see them. But yes, I will be there. I don't know what our room is or our floor is just yet. She just got in there at the nick of time. It was a last minute decision. And so I will be gone that week of September to go up, of course, to her house, meet up with her, help her pack everything up, and then we'll drive up together. That's the plan. Anyway, so I didn't do the 90 days. What I've decided to do is their Tour de France, and if you go on the website, you'll be able to see the different events. This one starts July 6th, so in 2 days it starts, and basically the challenge is, there's 4 different ways to do it. Different color jerseys. There's 4 different color jerseys. Yellow is the one I chose. I don't know what the other challenges are for the other colors. I don't know what the other colors are. I know yellow is all 22 days, I want to say, is it 22 days total? From the 6th to the 28th. And basically they're going by how many kilometers they went on that day. Then they've broken them up between hills and flat. So I know yellow is all of it. That's all the days. The one color is just the days on hills, and the one color is just the days on flat. And then I know there's a white jersey, which is the beginners, and I'm not sure what the stipulations are on that. So I've chosen to work on Space Traveler because I've been working on that one for most of my challenges anyway, and it's a mini, and if I can get that finished, which I'm not even done the first page, if I can get that finished, that'll probably motivate me to get the other ones done too. And for some reason, Priestess hasn't been calling to me, although Blue Flames sort of called to me, but Space Traveler screams at me. Or maybe it's the timey-wimey wobbly stuff. So the first day is July 6th, and it's 192 stitches. I can do that. The next day is the 7th. It's only 28 stitches. I can do that. So I wrote down all the days for the challenges, and we'll try to get that done. Why not? Even if I could do most of them, I'd be happy because that means I am actually doing some stitching. Other notes and news. Let's see. I started watching a few new Flosstubers, and I will obviously link them below like I usually do. One of the ones I found recently, and I forget who sent me over. I think it was Candice, Slublover. Hi, Candice. You're so adorable. Is Stephany Nene. Stephany is from Indonesia. Her nickname is Nene. She said Nene means grandma, I think, in her language. And it's because she's grandmotherly, they said. I guess her friend is. So they've nicknamed her Nene, and I really like her. She teaches a little bit about Indonesia and her she does different crafts, and she considers her hobbies her crafts, and I never looked at it, but it's true. She considers a puzzle, jigsaw puzzles, as a craft, which I thought was great. And she did a really pretty one of Disney recently. And I actually binge watched her all the way through because hers are shorter, so it's easy to watch. And I was definitely entertained, so I had to look. And she does a lot of large projects. She does a lot of the soda stitch projects. She also she's knitting, learning to knit, and she has part of her video actually takes you to one of her knitting classes or get-togethers, and shows different kinds of yarns that they're using and stuff. So I like her. I think you should go check her out. I know she hasn't had one really recent, but I'm sure she will soon. Another one that I thought I had been watching, and I don't know why I didn't, is the Hufflepuff Stitcher. She's part of, obviously, the School of Magical Stitches, and I think I'm shaking the camera. The School of Magical Stitches, and she lives up north, and she's always wearing a Harry Potter t-shirt in her videos, and she does a lot of different things, and I think she's doing a lot of great stuff. Check her out. And another one that I thought I was watching, and I don't know why I wasn't, was Carly, I Stitch What I Want. Love you, Carly. Hi. And Carly and I have known each other for a while now, and I don't know why I wasn't watching her videos, so I think I'm almost caught up. Did I finish catching up? Did I comment on that last one or not? I had to go look. I've been behind on Flosstube, and I've been trying to look here and there, just trying to get through them all, and then Hulu happens, and I started watching ER, and then I started watching the Orville. Oh my goodness, hysterical. If you like Star Trek and you like snarky, you're gonna like Orville. So if you have Hulu, you definitely have to check it out. Or Fox. I know it runs on Fox. I'll be watching all the reruns because I don't watch network TV. I'm horrible like that. So those are the 3 newer ones that I've been watching, and I'm trying to see what else. Oh, the Stitchers Coven is having a new Stitch Along / hashtag, and it's called the Word to Your Mother TSC. Hashtag Word to Your Mother TSC. And it's a play on words, of course, because she's talking about Mother Earth. So pull out your stitches and hashtag Word to Your Mother TSC if it has anything to do with Mother Earth. Landscaping, greenery, animals. That's all part of Mother Earth, isn't it? So go ahead and join in. And they also have a weekend stitch-a-thon type thing. It's I forget what it's called. It's off the top of my head. I just can't remember. Sorry, Amy. I'm horrible at that stuff. This is why I have a typed up list of hashtags that I use, because otherwise I'd forget. But that is that. I still have the giveaway winner, and I still have some purchases. I'm not showing you my DMC. I just got a bunch of DMC for 40 cents a piece. It was great. I also bought some more fabric. Like, I need more fabric. I bought 135 yards a couple of weeks ago, but now I've run into the issue of I need to match it up with an inside fabric or outside fabric, vice versa, you know. So mostly I'm worried about inside fabrics. And I have this really cool fabric. It looks like realistic cupcakes that are rainbow, and I wanted to get some inside fabric, and I found some for it, and I found some inside fabric for something else, and then I found an outside fabric, and I don't have it here because I moved it out already because my shelf is going to happen. But it's bacon and eggs with like faces and hands and legs, and it's just like the bomb. I love it. So those will be bagged soon. And I also received some stitchy mail, stuff I ordered. I have some crinkling, but that's the way that happens. I have been looking at a chart. You ever look at a chart and you're like, I think I can wait on that, it's cute. And then you see it again and you're like, oh, I really like that chart. And then you see it again and you're like, that's it. So I saw it one last time, and I contacted Cindy Sorley from Stitchery Express, and I purchased Out There. It's in ink circles. It's funky. The only thing I want to change, I think what stopped me from buying it the few times are the colors of like the branches and leaves and stuff, but that's something that can be changed. Everything else I think is adorable. I love the birds and the giraffe. I mean, the snake. Chameleons. So just love those. And there you go. The monkeys. Teal, look, it's a monkey. And because no chart can go alone, I decided to pull the trigger on this one. I've been holding off on also is Flock Together. I thought I was going to join that flamingo sale, and I actually started kitting a flamingo and that Candice had sent me when she was done. It's a 4th of July flamingo. I started kitting him, and I just wasn't feeling like starting him. I was tired that day. I think I definitely worked. But I think this is so cute. Love this one. So, I don't think I'm getting all the To the Beaches, but I definitely like this one. You know, you can always pick and choose. And then because, you know, I have no fabric, I moderate stash unloading. The only thing I moderate on there is the album section. Basically, there were a lot of albums that were empty. It was hard to filter through, so I contacted Rachel and I was like, hey, you know, really be nice if all these empty albums were deleted, and I don't want to just complain. I'd like to do something about it. So if you make me a moderator, I will go through and delete the empty albums, and then I also delete anything older than 6 months. Now, everybody's been warned, if your album is older than 6 months and hasn't been updated, it's more like if your album has not been updated in 6 months. So if you go and you have one from last year, but you go in the title and redate it, then you're good. Or if you go, I actually go in each and every album. It takes me hours sometimes. I go in each and every album and actually look and see when it was updated last. And anything 6 months or older gets deleted because there's so many albums. There's over 1,000 albums in it. It's crazy. Besides, honestly, nobody's going to be looking at your year-old album. It's very rare that anybody's going to go back that far in the albums to go shop. You know, everybody's going to go through the first few pages of albums and then that's it. So it's rare. Anyway, as I was going through, I saw, I'm trying to remember who her name was. I can't remember the name, but she had a lot of fabric and stuff, and she's destashing, but her main picture on her album, if you're on, it's Stash Unloading. It's the one with the rainbows. Raven song? It might be her name, part of the name. Anyway, she had some fabric and other stuff. She's got charts and magazines and kits and stuff. But I found some cool fabric, and this is one of them. Okay, so I'll take it out of the bag. I have not taken it out of the bag. It's by Silk Weaver, and it's a solo. Look how cool that is. It's like a brownish, orangey brownish color. Really cool. This one is 28 count cashel linen. Like I said, and because I bought that, it shouldn't have had to come alone. I did choose a Caribbean burst one, but she was out of it. She didn't realize it. So I had already picked out these ones to go with it too. This is just a piece of white 22 count hard hanger, which is also good for full coverages. That's what I bought it for. If it's a smaller full coverage. But it was inexpensive, so why not? And then I bought another piece, and this one is a piece of 25 count Lugana. It doesn't say color. I was looking for a color, but it's not. It's almost like a beige or muted peach color. Oh, it's not showing up well. Sort of. Doesn't have a color on it though. Oh well. But yeah, that's what I got. And those charts. And I think that was it. Did I get? I feel like I got a piece of mail. And I don't see where it is. Alright. I will show you. These bags should be going up tomorrow. I thought I might get them done tonight. I don't think so because I decided to do the video. but I'll show you what I've got. I just haven't done all the zipper pulls. I've got this one. I've only made one of these, and it's got a deer to match the deer on the back. It's sort of Native American. It reminds me of a Native American type deer pattern. I also have two of these. There's flowers, yellow flowers and birds and butterflies. And I matched it with some gray flower. And then I've got two of these. And I had, like I said, I haven't made the zipper pulls for all of them. Look how cute that is. It's like a muted purple, like a really muted lavender color. It almost looks like a lavender that was tea dyed or something. It's really cool. It's got dogs and cats and quilts. So I've made two of those, and this is one of my favorites. And I have a lot more of this fabric. So far I've only done two of these. It says Coffee Diva. Look at them. And this is like a brown crackle. The other, I have a lot of the outside fabric. I made sure to get it all that I could, and I'm just gonna have to match it up with different inside fabric because I don't know how much more of that brown crackle I have. I also did buy some more of this fabric, the Frida fabric. I made one big bag. I actually made another bag, but it's a flub, so I won't sell it because it's flubby. And that's the inside, and I made a small bag to go with it. I just sort of zeroed in on the cactus on that one. Got a huge cactus out front. And then I made one of these. I know I can make another, but this is Walking Dead. And this red batik. And then this owl pattern, which I paired up with these triangles. So that's what I made. I made 11 total. And like I said, the corner's not right. When I went to cut it, the zipper moved on me, and I cut a little bit more on the zipper than I wanted to. So it still works as a bag. It's just flubbed up. So I'll give it to somebody eventually. And my last bit of business is the giveaway winner. What I did was I ran the random comment picker, and it on the first one, because anybody that didn't mention okay, let me backtrack. You were supposed to tell me what your summer traditions were, or what you normally did, or if you didn't do anything or something you wanted to do. So I ran the random comment picker with the thoughts that if a comment came up that didn't answer, I'd just run it again. Well, on the first one, it was a winner, and the winner is Patricia Heron. Patricia, and I really liked her comment too. It's really sweet. It says, my memories of the summer was going to Plant City, Florida. My dad was from there. We went there every year until 81 when she passed away. I'm going to assume when she said she, maybe it's when she meant he. Every other year we did a side trip. Durango, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Boston, Mass. In '76 were just a few places. We were gone for 2 weeks. 15 years ago, I found out that he didn't get paid vacation. My parents just put away a little each week. These memories I will treasure forever. Plus, it gave me a complete respect for my parents. That's a great story. That's a great thing. So, Patricia Heron, I know you, and you will get happy summer. I think I need your address, but I'll contact you. Don't worry. And this week, I don't have any giveaways right now. I still have to, I might next time though. We'll see. See what happens. Maybe I'll have another finish. I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm gonna be doing a lot of cleaning of this area. Look for a transformation video of my crafty room. It used to look so nice when I first moved in, and then I got more crafty stuff. So, which mostly it's fabric. But we'll see what happens. I'll see if I can't make it pretty again. We'll see. I have a lot of finishing to do, so I'm hoping that once I get this cleaned up, that I can get some finishes done. I have some finishes for some friends to do, and I have a lot of finishes for me to do. So if I get that out of the way, that would be stellar. I would love to get one of those tables that Christine Stitch All the Things got. I just can't afford that right now, but that would be great because this is such a small area. I like to be able to move my table around and out of the way, and my dog sleeps under the table, so it's his home. He has to be near me all the time. Even when I'm not in here, he sleeps in here. It's just a spot, so it's okay. Make sure you talk to your friends. Make sure you let them know how you feel about them. Let them know that you care about them. Let's try not to be ugly to each other. I've heard some ugly things recently, and I don't like it. I don't like a bully. I think I've mentioned that before, and I don't like people doing horrible things to each other. It's no good. Doing those horrible things for spite, it's a waste of energy, and it's hurtful, and it's ugly. No matter how pretty you are on the outside, being mean makes you ugly all over. But that's what I got. I'm gonna miss Connie a lot. Don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine.